Thank you, Ted. Thank you, Daniel. My name is misspelled. But I will not abide that Exit 15W insult much longer. I will make it up to you, honey. My wife is in the audience. Now I want you to roll back the clock to 30 years ago, I believe even tonight, when it was our moderator, professor and potentate, Dr. Ted Cohen, who gave a legendary speech defending the Latke. But he put me in a very difficult bind. When they asked me to do this, I was deeply honored. I felt totally unqualified. I read Dr. Cohen's remarks, and they began, I can't quote them verbatim, but they began almost verbatim, that he felt unqualified to speak, but then he realized that there wasn't possibly any conceivable fact, datum, or piece of evidence that could be used in this debate. It was strictly going to be about ideas and philosophy, and therefore he was qualified. And it is because of that dangerous lesson that I believe we have been suffering under misunderstanding for many years. I am an empirical economist. I deal only in data, which is the plural of datum, as I am sure you are familiar, in fact, in evidence. Where is that microphone? A man of all seasons. I appreciate that. And I believe that it is only because the junior faculty and the other people were intimidated by Dr. Cohen that they did not choose to go back and re-examine the evidence. And I believe that tonight, when I document to you the economics of this debate, number one, you will agree it ends tonight. 1,000 years of debate between these two foods are going to answer in favor of the Latke. But second, I think you are finally going to agree that economics makes sense. Economists are simple folk. We have only a very small number of tools that we apply to every problem. The first is revealed preference. Revealed preference, to refresh your memory, means we don't listen to what anyone says, we look at what they actually do. They reveal their preferences to us by their actions. And we love finding new data. As an empirical person, that is my approach. So I went to the Google Suggest Labs. Google Suggest Labs gives you direct, hard data on the number of searches. You type it in, it starts giving you recommendations. It says, it is like the, if you bought this book, other people bought this, you're typing in Latke, it starts filling in what other searches were. Okay, Latke, list. Latke's, Latke's recipe, Latke recipe, Latke's recipes, Latke Larry, 648 searches on Latke-licious, and the Latke who couldn't stop screaming. It turns out that is a children's book. It's called The Latke Who Couldn't Stop Screaming, A Christmas Story. 2 million searches for Latkes. You put in Hamantash, as my father-in-law would say, you get bupkis. Right here. Hamantash and Hamantash recipe, Hamantash. Less than 60,000. So by revealed preference, the Latkes are superior. Hamantash. There is dispute on that. There is also Latke and Latka, and both of those show a similar pattern. Now, unable to resist Latke-licious, I went to latke-licious.com. It turns out there is an entire Latke planet I was unfamiliar with. Latke-licious is a song. It was voted the #1 Hanukkah song of 2006 and was actually played on VH1. And if you go to Latke-licious, you can see it. I went to Hamantash-licious. The page was not found. And look at this. You probably can't read it. It's too small, but it says, here are some related websites. Grizzly bear videos. So revealed preference answers Latke's. Second, economists are fond of what they call the identification problem. We don't have many laboratories, so we have to use natural experiments to identify things. We have to find some freak of history, something that happened. It rained on one side of the town and it didn't rain on the other, so we can identify what is the effect of rain on whether people go out and vote. So I looked up the history of Hamantash. It's a sordid, confused history. It dates back. There was some kind of a thing that was shaped in a triangle. It's called a montage. Scholars date it to somewhere between 500 and 700 of the Common Era. The potato-based latke is obviously much later in origin, sometime around the late 1700s. This is the actual data on European per capita income from the year 0 to the year 2007. And I will suggest to you that this natural experiment suggests that latkes caused both the Industrial Revolution and a very satisfying Hanukkah experience for many, many people. It appears to have added more than $17,000 per person, multiplied by the 400 million people in Western Europe. This is a conservative estimate. We're not even including the people elsewhere. That puts the value of latkes about $7 trillion above Hamantash. Third, you heard about Freakonomics and my friend Steve Levitt. He has studied names. He wanted to understand the demand for various names. And he shows that rich people's names tend to move down the income distribution, that the demand for names tells you a lot about social status and things like this. So I decided to study the Freakonomics of latkes and Hamantash. I went to the first online store I could find, and I was able to locate instantly at least 9 different varieties that I could purchase from the comfort of my own home instantly of latke potato pancake mixes, sweet potato, low sodium, etc. Not only that, Hungry Jack has come out with a potato pancake that is certified kosher by the Organic Union of Synagogues and whatever the D one is, I can't remember. Not only that, evidently, I was perplexed reading on Wikipedia. They said that the latke has spread to Korea, that sometime after the Korean War they had brought potato pancakes there, and that now there was, that people were actively making potato pancakes in Korea. I looked around. I found a Korean store. This is the actual Korean potato pancake. This is called Buchim Garu, and this is the title. This is exactly what it says. Korean title, hot cake pulverization. That's what they call the mix. And the directions say just append, irrigate, and multiform types to train an emblematic Korean pancake. I do not know for certain that this is kosher. But I do know that there is demand for the potato pancake all around the world.